Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I know it's been quite some time now that I have posted something, but today I have really felt something deep down where I felt like I should speak about something what is happening around. So what is happening around? And that's the question. Many things are happening around. Trump is trying to impose some trade war with other countries. Companies are doing layoff, and what else? 40 is the new 60 now, and what else? Okay, so these are some of the geopolitical things that are happening, and if we speak about something what we people are apprehensive of. So when I say we people, I mean to say the people of the age group from 25 to 35. They are very much apprehensive is what I feel, looking into the comments, looking into the posts, and looking and talking to people directly, of course. Now what is this apprehension all about? The apprehension is all about the headline. TCS is going to eliminate the jobs of some 12,000 people, and this 12,000 number is constituting the 2% of the workforce that TCS has. And why is this creating such an impact? Last year we have seen many more layoffs been done by Amazon, by Microsoft, by Google, and we were little bothered back then. But this year now we are very bothered, and the question is very simple, right? TCS, I mean the Tata Consultancy Services, is doing a layoff, which is going like people are going gaga over it. And here gaga is not about something they're happy about it. Here it's about something they're not happy about it. And why people are not happy about it? Because as we all know, TCS has been the largest, or it is the largest still. It was the largest, and hopefully it will be the largest in terms of absorbing the talents. I mean, the freshers from most of the engineering colleges, and it has got somewhere 6 lakh plus employees, which is like 6 lakh plus workforce in a company which is a giant in the outsourcing industry, and it's leading the IT sector in the world. And what has suddenly happened that it has got to reduce its workforce by 2%, and the number is huge. It's 12 plus thousand. So let's understand, let's decode what does this headline actually say. And we have seen like, okay, AI is taking our jobs. Okay, no, this manual activity has been automated. Something or the other speculations have been happening over the time is what I feel, and I can completely understand that you people are more or less aligned with me, because a working population like us, we go through LinkedIn, we go through Instagram, we go through Facebook on a daily basis, and what we really understand is the economy is really tight now. So what we really need to look in order to understand what this 12,000 plus jobs being cut off from TCS really means. So it does not necessarily mean that AI is taking off our jobs. I mean, to some extent, yes, the call center jobs are really being taken up by the chatbots. Then when we talk about AI as well, so there are agentic AI, there is a robot, there is a cohesive AI, there is LLM, there is humanoids, and many more. So if I try to understand what each of these AI does, it is really a very big discussion now, which we can park for the next video maybe. But let's understand, or let's decode what's happening in today's this layoff scenario right now. So it's not totally about AI is eating up all the jobs that are in the industry, especially in the outsourcing industry. No, it's not. So first, understand what this outsourcing industry really does. So outsourcing industry like TCS or similar other companies, they take the payments in dollars from different Western companies, and then they fetch workforce from our own country, which is India, and then they help getting the projects done with the local resources available. And now, obviously, we all know that India has got the cheapest workforce in the world, and this is a very big bit, right? So they're taking it. The projects in terms of dollars, and they're paying in INR, which is Indian rupees, and the gap in between is their sheer profit. That's it. And TCS is doing a margin of somewhere 25 to 26%, which is huge. Now the question is, why the jobs are going to lay off then? If dollar is rising, INR is lowering, then it is on the benefit side of TCS or the other related service industries maybe. But why there is a requirement of a job cut? Because someday or the other we have already almost heard that TCS is kind of a semi-government kind of a service. It has got a huge job security and whatnot. So let's talk about GCCs. It's not the AI that is eating up our jobs, because in order to understand what AI is, and in order to understand how AI really works, we need to understand that it's the human, it's the people like us who need to run the AI. And AI is happening at a very niche level, to be very honest. Like, I work for EY, I have seen people working in AI, but it's not that great. And you people will obviously resonate with me in terms of when you search something in chat GPT, do you get the exact result what you are searching for? I mean, to some extent yes, but let's say you are a coder or you are a developer, do you get your exact code, or does it suffice your everyday job? It's no, right? It's working on a very niche level. So GCC is something which is actually is a concern for this outsourcing service industries. What is a GCC? GCC is a global capability center. Now, who cares? We have never known what GCC is. But GCC is something which is actually taking up a huge share when it comes to this outsourcing industry jobs. Now, as I've already said, outsourcing industry is fetching up projects from the overseas. Then they are making the local workforce work on it. They're paying in INR, getting paid in dollars, and the difference is what they're making as a profit. But that's a loss for the companies in the overseas, right? They have to pay in dollars. So, I mean, why not making up a smaller offices in the developing countries, and then employing the same amount of employees who are working for these service-based industries? And instead of working in that service-based industries, instead of getting these people recruited in the service-based or the outsourcing industries, they're consuming it themselves. I mean, too complicated, right? So let's make it or let's break it in a simpler way. So let's say there's a company called Walmart. I know it's the largest company, as you all know. So, for example, if there's a service based company which is an outsourcing company, let's say TCS, or let's not take any name, let's say any company, and it has to do some benefit to Walmart. So, for example, Walmart needs to increase its revenue by some percentage, and they need some brainstorming, some market research, some kind of thing to do so that they can increase their revenue by some X%. Now, they will have to pay in dollars to the outsourcing service industry, and the outsourcing service industry, what they'll do, they'll pick up laborers from India and then make that work done by paying some penny. Okay. Now, this has a huge pain point for the Walmart because it has paid in dollars. So, in order to reduce its payment in dollars, it has to pay the people in India directly so that it can again reduce the cost of its project. So, now when Walmart is able to pay the Indians directly, that too in INR and not in dollars, so obviously that is a kind of benefit for them. right? They're able to pay in INR, they're able to get the job done, and they also have a direct control over it. So, so why will they hire an outsourcing industry in between who is acting as a middleman and doing the job? So you take as a simple example, when we can get the fruits and vegetables directly from the farmers, do we really need a supermarket? Do we really need a middleman? We don't need, right? So that is what is causing the employment loss. I mean, it's not the AI. So I know there will be someone saying that yeah, AI is definitely eating up. Yeah, that's true, but it is eating up the jobs at a very lower level. So you can understand what when I say a lower level, as in the lower level of the pyramid. So lower level of the pyramid is being captured by AI, yes. So what AI can actually do for a company, they can automate the customer contact center, or they can automate the order delivery timing. I mean, earlier it used to be a manual timing. So when you used to order via this any of the e-commerce sites, earlier what used to happen is it is to manually calculate the days and then is to promise a timeline. But now it has, what happened is AI is calculating all of that in seconds, I mean even less than a seconds, and it's able to pick, pack, deliver, handle the customer complaints, everything. So that is the kind of job that is being actually taken up by AI, but not the middle level of the pyramid. So middle level of the pyramid is something which is still there. It's just that the outsourcing industry needs to rethink a little bit on that. And the companies are setting up GCC. So we can now see Walmart has setting up GCC, JP Morgan has set up a GCC, and there is some other good amount of companies doing that. So when we understand what a GCC is, I mean what a global capability center actually is, then we'll surely understand that there is nothing to be so much of apprehensive of. So global capability center will absorb all the talents that are available in the country of the developing countries, and they will have to pay a little less than what they used to pay in their so-called developed countries. Like for a company XYZ who needs to pay some $15, for example, and to get a work done in a day, that can be done by paying some 15 rupees. That is a sheer good thing, right? So in order to get into the GCC thing, what one needs to do is to have a in-depth knowledge instead of a wider knowledge. So when I say in-depth knowledge, it's like if you understand one thing, you understand deep down inside it. And you cannot have like what you used to say as jack of all trade, master of none. So jack of all trade, master of none will no more work in today's world, in today's changing world rather. You have to understand very in depth of any topic or any concept or any thing that you have been working on for the past few years, and you feel that you have got expertise over it. So you need to go deep inside it and you need to learn it. That is how one can get into a GCC role in a bigger company. So there's nothing to be so much apprehensive. People are going into depression. People are talking about it, speaking about it. News agencies and the media people are making it a fuss that TCS is reducing or doing a layoff, which is a very big news for people. And they are only talking about the layoffs. No one is talking about the hirings. What about the hirings? If there is so much of layoffs happening, where are these people going? And what do these people need to do who are already employed and not being laid off by God's grace? So you need to understand that there is nothing to be so much of apprehensive of. If you need to understand what master you are in a particular topic, you need to figure out that how depth it can really go. And for the people who are going into a mental depression thinking 40 is the new 60 and nothing is there anymore, India is a dead economy as said by I know if you know. So people like that, so you need to think it down and understand that this really nothing there to be apprehensive of. See, why I am making this video is not to make you people understand that you, okay, one fine morning you have to be master of something or the other. It's no. What I have felt is I have gone into a cyclical depression, understanding what is really happening. And by seeing Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook talking about layoffs, talking about AI taking up jobs, I really tried to figure out what is actually happening. And then I figure out this. So I'm little less stressed now. See, although we all know 9 to 5 jobs create a huge amount of stress within us. And we can actually help each other to lower it down because there is no one to console us. See, when we talk about government jobs, they have a union there. They have people to speak about themselves. They have people to speak for the greater mass of the people who are working there. You talk about any of the other PSUs. So when government has taken a step to privatize the banks, there have been people protesting against it. And who are the people protesting about it? It's the union. When we talk about banks, there's a union. When we talk about the PSUs, there's a union. When we talk about the auto walas, there's a union. When we talk about the bus walas, there's a union. When we talk about the roadside local vendors, there's a union. And when we talk about the people working for the IT industry, we don't have anyone to speak about our plight. So who will if we do not speak about ourselves? What we really do is we post something or the other in LinkedIn and we think that, okay, this is the right time to create an apprehension within people, and people will be scared. They'll think, okay, it's time for me to retire. I do not have ample amount of funds. People are doing suicide. People are, and what not. So I don't want to name, or I don't want to figure out what plights people are into. But what I definitely want to figure out is you need to lower down your apprehensions a little bit, because you need to speak for yourself. You need to understand for yourself. And let's decode what this newspapers or what this media, what this LinkedIn it's talking about. Let's try to decode this and for our betterment. So yeah, this is something I thought of sharing with you people, whosoever working in any other companies in India and are thinking that no, this is not the right time. I need to switch to some government exams. I need to look for some other alternative sources. I need to bash my 9 to 5 job. No, you need not bash your 9 to 5 job. That is something giving you happiness, right? Because you chose this job to be yours. You chose this career to be yours. So why quit it? Let's together bring a better world. Let's together bring a mentally, physically less apprehensive and a happier world for all of us. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll come up maybe some other less interesting but more popular topic next day. Till then, bye, see you, and please take care, have a good day, and have a good sleep. That's it. Bye. Keep tuned in for more videos. Thank you.